Welcome back to Tough Men of Faith.
I can't.
What do you mean you can't?
Does it have a bow at the top?
Dude, it's almost Christmas time.
Does it have jingle
those are my
bells?
strings.
Is that a hoodie?
Yeah, it's a hoodie.
Turn around. Let me see the back of that. That's a real hoodie.
Dude, Blake's going to kill me for moving.
That's all right. He can get over it.
Yeah.
And it has like the
Let's get the belt.
pocket in the middle too.
Oh, yeah.
That's like a legit hoodie.
It's legit. You like it, don't you?
No. Why do you have that?
It's almost Christmas.
Have you worn it out in public yet?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, for sure.
I can't.
You can't.
No. Like I'm just like.
You can. Let me show you. I got you one. Let me scoot back here. Look at this.
Oh my goodness.
This would be perfect on you, RT. Come on, put it on. Let's see what you look like. Pop your collar out of the top.
Oh my goodness.
Huh? Oh, man, it's perfect.
No.
You're not going to do it? All right, you don't have to do it.
You want me put it on? All right. Blake's telling me.
Should fit you. It's extra medium.
Extra medium.
Yeah. Oh, look at you. This is perfect.
Listen, I'm not gonna be able to wear it the whole episode, but
You're like an oversized elf.
I'm an oversized elf.
Yeah. Oh, with the shirt on. Merry Christmas.
Thanks, Nick.
Yeah, buddy.
I appreciate you.
I could tell.
What are we even talking about today? Does it even matter?
Obviously not our awesome sweaters.
Not our awesome sweaters.
Thought we were talking about Moses, maybe.
We're gonna talk about Moses in a minute. Yeah.
Nobody's going to take us serious with this stuff on.
No.
You can't do it, can you?
I can't do it the whole time.
Dude, you got to have to fix your hair. Don't let people
my
know
hair
what
messed
you're...
up?
No, it's awesome.
Looking good?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you look good. I'm wearing mine.
Man, you were pulling that off.
I like it.
Man, you're looking good over there.
Like Santa's biggest elf.
I've never just seen one like that, so that's...
Oh. I'll send you my website that I go to.
You need to get yourself in some ugly Christmas sweater competitions.
Man, once upon a time, I went to one at church.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Well, here's the thing.
I remember Topher won it.
Well, no, he didn't win it.
I'm pretty sure he won.
The problem with your church is that people took it too far.
They did take it a little far.
And we had to cancel it. Like, a few ruined it for the group.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
why we haven't done it since.
There's a reason we haven't done it since.
Huh.
So
Maybe we should regulate it.
I'm not about regulating it, though, right? It's like,
Look, I've been on the security team before. I'll look at them when they come in and say, nope, you can't join.
yeah.
It takes it too far.
It'll be like sometimes you have like a teenager.
We're losing a church attendance for this.
Yeah. You like have a teenager who's like sneaks out of the house and they have something different on. It's like, I feel like that's what's going to happen.
That's
They're going to get past security and then they're going to get inside, take their coat off. Like, that is not appropriate.
But there were some really good sweaters.
But,
They did well.
there was a lot of personality.
There was a lot of personality. That's great.
So, it's fun while it lasted.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll do it again. We'll wait till you're out of town. Me and Daniel Earl, we'll have a church ugly Christmas sweater party.
Maybe we just don't have a church one. Maybe you have one out at your house, out
maybe
the
we
farm.
can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Do whatever you want.
That will get
Don't invite
interesting.
me. No, don't do whatever you want. But
Yeah.
don't invite me.
I'm definitely inviting you.
No, well.
You can watch from afar.
Well, I have a sweater to wear now.
Yeah. All right.
Let's jump into this.
Let's get into
this
it.
is bad. Does it even matter what we talk about? Most people have already turned off by now.
Yeah. Yeah, it matters what we're talking about.
You think anybody's still listening after your sweater? And
I hope so. I mean, I hope all 17 of you
I'm
are
just
going to
loving
listen to us talk about
the
Moses.
belt buckles making me laugh.
You like it, don't you?
Yeah.
It's right in the right spot.
Yeah.
Well, kind of covers up my belly. A couple weeks ago, we talked about fitness.
We did. Here we go.
I've been trying.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Speaking of a couple weeks ago, you missed church.
Hater.
You remember
I
that?
don't miss often.
Man, you really don't. Like,
Yeah.
if we had to give like gold stars for church attendance at our church,
Yeah, it's
you're
not
up
me.
there.
Yeah.
You don't miss very often.
Yeah. Well, I like to heckle you.
Well, I appreciate the heckling.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Right.
A
Mostly.
couple weeks
Until
ago.
you lose it on the live stream, and then
Yeah.
you can't remember where you were.
That's true.
And see, I knew that you were going to forget your notebook last week at church, the other week, whatever
Yeah.
I missed, and I didn't want to be there to. I mean, I would have heckled you hard.
That's a weird thing, man.
You would have
8
lost
years.
everything and just walked off the stage.
I've been like a preaching pastor for 8 years, pretty well. Like I preach most weeks.
Okay.
I always keep my notebook on me. So I get to church at 5:30 in the morning.
Okay.
and my notebook is with me. My
It is?
preaching notes. Yeah, yeah. Like I bring it from home.
Somebody jacket?
Well, I keep it with me from Saturday evening. I have it. I look through my notes.
Okay.
Sunday morning, I keep it with me everywhere I go, because I know that at our church we have people like you who would think it'd be hilarious to either switch
Let's
my
just
notes
completely
around,
derail a Sunday morning.
make it disappear, so it never leaves my side. So I
Okay.
never have an issue.
Yeah.
This Sunday, I'm looking for it everywhere. I had it at one time,
Okay.
couldn't find it.
Did you ever find it again?
Some of the staff found it the next day. It was in a random closet. I got in this closet to find something
You left
in
it
a classroom, and I put it in there.
Huh, what an idiot.
Anyway, so I didn't
Yeah.
have my notebook when I
Don't do
preached.
that again.
Did you say what an idiot?
Oh, yeah.
It was dumb.
Yeah.
So, anyways, but back to you.
Yeah.
You didn't show up at church that Sunday.
Right.
You were out deer hunting. How'd that go for you?
Great.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Got some
hunted
good
them all.
pictures.
Yeah. I didn't catch any, but I hunted them.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for you to invite me over for some venison.
Yeah. Yep. Keep waiting.
But that week, you missed a sermon, so I thought we would talk about that sermon today.
Cool.
Yeah.
Was it any good?
It was, it was
Did it make
average.
people cry?
No.
Really?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. I heard the sermon made people cry.
I don't know.
Okay.
We talked about Moses.
Okay.
Hebrews chapter 11. Hey, do you have your Bible? Can you pull your Bible?
I
up?
do, yeah.
Okay.
I can get that.
Hebrews 11.
Hebrews.
Now, we're going back,
Did I tell you about that?
No,
A friend of ours wants to start a coffee truck.
called Hebrews.
No, he doesn't.
Oh.
He doesn't have a name for it. And I was like, "What do you think about Hebrews? And it could be a husband and wife business venture." He shot it down.
Yeah, good for him.
Loser.
Hebrews 11 is where we're at.
Yep.
All right. So I started the sermon this way.
Hebrews is pretty good.
No, it's not.
Hebrews
No.
Coffee Company. That's
No,
awesome.
No,
Somebody's gonna steal it, run with it, and make millions.
no.
Okay.
That's
Gonna
Listen,
make hundreds
like-
of thousands.
half the churches you go to that have a coffee shop inside. It's called like Hebrews Coffee.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I've never been in another church, so
Yeah, I know. Good for you.
not
Like,
not one with a coffee
Yeah.
shop inside.
where are we at? Listen, I started a sermon this way.
Well, Hebrews 11.
Dude, are you still in the coffee shop?
Yeah.
No, let that go.
Okay.
Started a sermon this way.
All right.
I said, imagine with me. All right? Close your eyes and imagine this.
Nope. I'm not closing my eyes around you.
Imagine
Never know.
everyone likes you,
Yeah.
no matter what you do.
Okay.
Producer Blake never yells at you. He appreciates everything you do on this podcast. Your wife never gets upset with you.
Yep.
Your boss thinks you're the greatest in the world.
He does.
Your customers, they've never been frustrated with you.
Okay.
The-
Let's imagine all that could happen.
Builders you work for, your neighbors think you're great.
Yeah.
Your coworkers think you're great. If you're a student, your teachers like you. If you're a teacher, your students like you. Your parents like you. You like your parents. Everyone thinks you're awesome.
Yeah.
Are you imagine this?
Mm-hmm.
It's never going to happen, Nick.
Nope.
No. No matter what you do.
Yeah, half of those people like me like that, but the other half.
If you get half, you're doing pretty good.
Yeah.
So we know that will never happen. But if you're a Christian,
Yeah.
you could be so consumed with what God has called you to that you please him.
Yeah.
And that we can do.
Right.
But if we look at how we spend our time, a lot of times we spend our time trying to please everyone else and not really that concerned about what
Pleasing
God
God.
thinks.
Yeah.
So I had this witty saying, it's like we need to be focused on our mission, not what we're missing.
Okay.
Isn't that good?
It is good.
Actually, text the guy. I had him help me come up with it.
Really?
I didn't do it myself.
It wasn't me.
I was texting this guy. I was like, here's the thought I have. Can you help me come up with a witty saying? And so he did. Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah. So focus on your mission, not what you're missing in life. Because naturally,
You can make it focus on your mission, not what you're missing.
there's a reason I don't text you to ask. Like if I ever text you and said, Nick, what's a witty saying
Yeah.
about using the sermon?
I just
What's
bent my
wrong
leg
with you?
backward and got a Charlie horse.
Jeez.
All right, go ahead. It'll be all right. Come on. Focus on your mission, not what you're
Yeah,
missing.
because a lot of times we're focused on what it is that we're missing in life.
Yeah.
So we're more
It's like some
concerned about
FOMO.
Yeah, FOMO.
Yeah.
We really we're focused like, what do people think of us?
Right.
Like, do other people think I'm good at what I'm doing?
Yeah. Average.
Out.
No, I think. Do people think that I'm average?
Okay.
I'm calling you average.
Yeah, I'm slightly below average. So it's
And a height scale, but
no,
otherwise in
I'm
life,
a little
you're
bit
doing
over.
great.
No, you shut up. I'm a little bit higher than average on height.
Okay. Awesome.
I just told you shut up on the podcast.
I heard that. I like it. You're
Out of
being
control
real
today. No, I'm 5'10". That's average, isn't it, on height? I don't know.
I thought you were like,
Here we
I thought
go.
you're 5'10", and 12/8
No,
or something.
no,
12/4.
no.
Okay.
I don't really know. I don't really care about my height.
Obviously. Yeah. Anyway, I mean, good thing.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think of something appropriate that I can share and not lose my job.
Yeah, you can't.
That's true.
So,
So
what do you got?
we need to focus on our mission of life,
I keep slouching in this chair. I keep
not what we're
sliding out.
missing out on.
Blake keeps yelling at me.
Well, when you're only my height, you got to sit up straight.
Oh, yeah,
So,
maybe that's what it is. I'm trying to get down to your height.
So the problem is a lot of times we don't know our mission in life. So when I'm saying, hey, we need to focus on our mission, now we're missing out. You're like, well, what's my mission?
Yep.
And so if we don't know our mission, to find that, many times we go to other people to try to figure out what our mission is in
crazy?
life. Yeah, instead of going to the creator,
Right.
we go to the created beings.
Yeah. We go to people that might have great influence in our lives and might
Yeah.
not have great influence in our lives and try and get our answers from them.
And a lot of times what we're asking is like, do you value me?
Yeah.
Like we wouldn't say it like that,
Right.
but like even if it's stupid stuff like, hey, why didn't you tag me on Facebook? Why
Yeah.
didn't you like my photo? Did you like my post? Why didn't you invite me to that party?
Yeah.
Why didn't you compliment my
Why didn't
hair?
you pay me more? Why didn't you?
Yeah,
you know?
it's all these things, right?
Yeah.
Like we're looking for value in those other people instead of focusing on the mission of God.
Yep.
So you need to not focus on what you think you're missing out, but focus on God's mission.
Yeah.
That was kind of the big idea of the
Yeah.
sermon. Then we'll dive into some stuff, right?
All right.
So, which gets us.
I did catch the sermon.
Oh, did you watch it online?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was out in the woods, but I had my earbuds in.
Yeah. Well, you weren't really hunting, so you might as well watch the sermon.
Right?
So Moses.
Yeah.
So you got Hebrews 11 pulled up.
Oh, yeah.
So just briefly, in case you're not familiar with Moses, he was born as a slave
Right.
into poverty.
Yep.
So the Israelites, Egyptians had them as
It's
slaves.
supposed to be killed, right?
Yeah. So supposed to kill the baby boys.
Yeah.
So Moses' life's like not off to a great start.
Right.
Gets thrown in a basket, goes in a river, ends up basically being adopted into Pharaoh's family.
Right.
So he goes from born into poverty, born as a slave,
Supposed to die.
into the most powerful
Yeah.
person's
Into the
house.
riches of royalty.
Yeah, riches
Yeah.
and royalty. All right, so can you read Hebrews 11? Let's just read 24 through 26 to kind of get the whole gist of this text.
24 through 36.
26.
Ah, good.
3 verses.
Where are we? By faith, Moses, when he was grown up, refused to be called the son of Pharaoh's daughter, choosing rather to be mistreated with the people of God than to enjoy the fleeting pleasures of sin. He considered the reproach of Christ greater wealth than the treasures of Egypt, for he was looking to the reward.
Yeah,
Yep.
good job.
Thanks.
Proud of you.
I learned to read.
Yeah. So it says by faith when he's grown up,
Yeah.
that he refused to be called the son of Pharaoh's daughter,
Right.
and that he chose,
So you've been raised with this family.
raised with Pharaoh's family.
Right.
Yeah. So in a life
And
of
then
riches.
you see him leaving. He didn't want to be called the son of Pharaoh's daughter.
But the verse 25, I think, is key on that when it says he chose.
Right.
Like he actually chose. And then
Yeah.
the next verse, or next same verse.
Yeah, he chose to
Be
to leave
mistreated.
that life. Yeah.
But isn't that he chose to be mistreated?
Yep.
Like when you just think about that, like we generally don't choose that.
being a Christian is not easy.
It's not. So he's like, I'm going to choose to be mistreated with the people of God
Yep.
rather than enjoying the ESV, which is what you're reading from.
Yep.
It's what we use. Enjoying the fleeting pleasures of sin.
Right.
So that verse to me is just so fascinating on so many levels. One is that someone would choose to be mistreated, which doesn't make sense
Right.
If you don't know Christ. And then the other part is that, hey, actually the sin was pretty enjoyable.
Yeah.
Like
It was fun for a while. Maybe it was fun for a long time.
if you lived in Pharaoh's house,
I bet it was fun.
you had all kinds of money.
Yeah.
You had access to all the greatest things to do, right?
Right.
It was just.
What,
I was
man?
thinking I was thinking like in today's world, like you and I'd be like we'd have 4-wheelers and dirt
Yeah,
bikes and
right.
like we could go out and instead of just like going out and renting a NASCAR to ride around 20
Yeah,
laps,
yeah,
we could just
exactly.
buy the whole track
Right.
and go do it anytime we want, or the chariots,
Yep.
ride the fanciest chariots.
Yeah, had the best chariots, the best horses.
The best. You'd finally get a bow and arrow so you could actually kill something.
Yep. We'd have girlfriends.
So everything.
Probably.
Yeah. I mean, all that would be part of Pharaoh's
Yeah,
house.
right,
Right.
yeah.
So there's all these things like sin. Right. We'll just leave it at that.
Yeah,
Sin
sin.
would all be there.
Right.
All the access. It could be fun, but it's fleeting.
Right.
So it's passing away.
Yep.
Moses doesn't choose that. Instead, he chooses to go be mistreated
Right.
with the slaves.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So then
And he chooses to go and please God instead of trying to please Pharaoh.
yes. And verse 26,
Yeah.
I think, gives us the reason. It says that basically he's choosing Christ was greater than the wealth and the treasures of Egypt
Right.
because he's looking to the reward to come.
Yep.
So Pharaoh, known as the richest man in the world.
Well, and if you look at it from another point of view too, you're getting all of those riches here on earth and all of those rewards here on earth and nothing in the afterlife.
yeah.
Zero. Or you can put up for a while here.
Mm-hmm.
You can live the right way and bring other people with you to have an eternity of gifts and treasures,
Yep.
and
That's
not the fun sin.
And that's what he chose.
Exactly.
And so I think this is an example for us.
Yep.
So 3 things I said in the sermon, which you've already listened to up in your deer stand. But when you
So
understand,
you find it unbelievable, but
no, I believe you.
Yeah, okay.
I believe you. But so when you know your mission, that will minimize the distractions in your life.
Yep.
Because there are a lot of distractions.
For
And
sure.
if he stayed in Pharaoh's house,
Yep.
There's
Even
gonna
when
be
you
a
know
lot of
your
distractions.
mission, there's still distractions.
yeah, I mean, one of the biggest distractions is comparing to other people.
Right.
You know, why are
Yeah.
they
Worried
getting
about what
ahead?
other people think.
Worrying about what other people think.
Right.
And then even like
Keeping up with the Joneses.
keeping up with Joneses. Why do they have that big house and I don't?
Yep.
Why do they have
I saw something the other day about that, and it kind of really hit home with me. But it said the things I used to pray for. Some of the things I used to pray for, I finally have.
Mhm.
And it was basically, you need to be giving thanks for the things that you used to pray for that you didn't have, and give thanks now that you do have those things.
Yeah,
And I think people often forget that part.
we do. We're just ready to move on to what's next.
Yeah.
Right? Something bigger, better,
Yep.
faster.
Yeah, I prayed for years, for this house, for this job, for this wife, for this,
Yeah.
and now that I have it, am I showing gratitude?
Yeah, that's good.
For those things.
Well, I think your mission helps you minimize those distractions, right?
Right.
So it's if you're meditating on this is what I'm called to do.
Yeah.
I'm called to love people. I'm called to serve people. I'm called to care for people. I don't have time to worry about all the things in this world.
Called to buy ugly sweaters for me and my friend.
You're called to buy ugly sweaters. Yep. The other thing mission helps is it motivates you through the pain.
Yeah.
So Moses was going to go through a life of pain. He
Oh,
was
yeah.
going to go. I mean, if you really think about it, he's living a pretty good life in Pharaoh's house.
Yeah, I'm sure.
He's going to end up a shepherd shortly after this, like working for a shepherd.
Yeah.
I mean, he killed a guy,
Right.
so he finds himself on the run.
Yeah.
But
You used to shear sheep,
yeah, I did work on a sheep farm for a while.
Yeah.
It's a pretty nasty job.
I bet.
So if I went from hanging out in Pharaoh's house to all of a sudden I was in the mountains, like taking care of sheep, like must have done something wrong here.
Yep, I screwed up.
But he knew his mission.
Yeah.
So even though he's in that painful process where even like Pharaoh's going to want to kill him and the Israelites going to complain, he's going to be wandering in the wilderness. He's like, my mission's going to motivate me through all this.
Yep.
And so same is true for us. Like you're going to have troubles.
Yeah.
If you live on God's mission that he has for you in life, there are going to
Yep.
be a lot of troubles.
Yeah, it's not going to be an easy road.
It's going to cost you.
Yep. There's easier roads out there, but there's none more rewarding.
Yeah. And that's what motivates you through the pain, right?
Yeah.
It's that reward that's to come in eternity.
sure.
But like suffering's not all bad.
Yeah, but it's not all good.
It's not all good, but
No,
like
I
when-
know what you mean.
When people take shots at you for serving God
Yep.
and it's like costing you something and maybe you lose a job because you're serving Jesus
Yeah.
and you're sacrificing, I think a little pain and suffering is good for us.
Yep.
It reminds us of who we're serving and it's worth it.
Exactly.
I just want a little bit, not much. Mission minimizes distractions. Mission motivates you through the pain. The third one was that mission empowers you to please God.
Yeah.
Like Moses would face a lot of opposition. He'd face Pharaoh. He'd face his own people. He'd face enemies. He would go through all this. But he's able to please God in doing that.
Right.
And he knew it. Like, this is what God wants for me. And I think
Yep.
our mission helps us do that. So,
Nice.
yeah.
I'm glad I missed your sermon. That way we could talk about it today.
Yeah. But then I kind of concluded with practically, we went back to verse 26, which
Okay.
I think is kind of like a core of that text there, is that he considered the reproach of Christ greater wealth than the riches of Pharaoh and
Yeah.
the house there in Egypt.
Yeah, that would have been a hard one to walk away from. I mean, I think it would
would
be
have
hard
been.
for any man to walk away from it, but
Yeah.
that would have been a tough call to make. Are you sure this is what you want me to do? Because maybe I can just change the people I'm living with and keep the same lifestyle.
Yeah.
Um,
But I think then
There'd be a
we
lot
need
of opposition.
opposition. But
Yeah.
then let's look at it practically.
Yeah,
So we've talked a lot about finances.
yeah,
So let's say God's laid it on your heart. You've been living in debt for years. You need to get out of debt. So you stop eating we're in Indy, so we like eating at St. Elmo's.
we love St. Elmo's. Yeah,
We don't really eat there, but we talk about it more when we eat there.
Well, there's a reason why.
There is.
Because we're getting out of debt.
But let's say we're trying to get out of debt. We quit going to San Elmo's. Instead, you're like, hey, man, you want to go to McDonald's tonight?
Yeah.
You know why we go out?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Or or I'm driving an old car and you're getting made fun of because, you're not spending the money, but
Yep.
you know that you've been called to get out of debt, and that's
Right.
your mission in
Yeah,
life
for sure.
because you want to handle your finances. You want to be able to sacrificially give to others.
Yep.
And so when you're facing that opposition during that time, you just know that your mission's worth it.
Yep.
Or if you're trying to raise godly kids and your friend's like, hey, man, let's go out, let's do this. And you're always like,
Yeah.
no, man, I'm
Yeah,
trying to
we're
do
busy.
this.
Yeah.
I'm busy. I'm trying
Yeah.
to raise these kids.
Yeah,
And
we
it
have a
feels like all you're
plan.
doing.
We have to get up for church on Sunday. And,
Yeah, not going out late Saturday night.
Sorry, we're not starting into
Yep.
church groups that, or
Yep.
about church groups. We're not starting into sports groups that take
Yeah.
up a whole Sunday. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
So remember, you're being faithful.
Yep.
Or if you're going into a job and your boss is always on you,
Yeah.
but you keep showing up and you keep working, and your coworkers are taking long breaks and you're not. You're
Right.
showing up on time, but you're not getting rewarded for it.
Yep.
You just keep at it.
Yep.
You just remember that you're called to this mission.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? This is what you're supposed to do.
Yep.
Or
And I'm supposed to look better than, or I'm supposed to look different
Yeah.
than the rest of the people out there.
yeah. So I just think you'd apply that to any area.
Yeah.
And you let that mission motivate you through distractions. You let that mission motivate you through any pain you have. You let that mission motivate you because that's truly how you please God. And then circle that back around like you're never going to please all the people,
Right.
but you can please Him.
Yep.
And that's the most
And
important.
what's the point in trying to please all the other people anyway?
Yep. That goes to verse 26. Look
Yep.
to your eternal reward.
Exactly. So
I feel like I should say, let's stand and pray. All right, that's it, man.
with everyone with your heads bowed and eyes
Heads
closed.
bowed and eyes closed. If you want to come forward. All right,
This has
man.
been fun.
Yeah, it was good. I enjoy like when we recap these sermons.
I do too.
So,
Nice.
yep. that's
Thanks,
it.
man.
All right. Hey,
Um,
thanks for watching and listening.
Tough Men of Faith
Tough Men
on
of Faith.
Instagram,
Have
X,
a Merry
Facebook,
Christmas.
YouTube. Merry Christmas.
You know,
Can't
when
believe
you're
you're not
at
going to
your,
wear your shirt. Now I got to
you're-
return it to China.
yep, you can take that back when you're at your family outing. You can
It
talk
cost
to
me
them about.
$46 for shipping, and they'll probably charge me to send it back. But whatever. It's okay.
Listen, I'm trying to promote this thing.
I hear you.
Tells us to promote it.
Yeah.
When you're at your family outing for Christmas,
Yeah. Show them how awesome Nick's sweater is.
tell them about Tough
and
Men of
promote
Faith.
Tough Men of Faith.
There you go. That's our promotion.
Yep.
All right. We'll see you guys.
Thanks.